The air crackled with tension, maps plastered the wall, faces illuminated by the projector's harsh glow. Detective Samantha Cho's voice, sharp and focused, cut through the silence. "Tonight we dismantle the Serpent's Fang." Months of investigation culminated in this moment. The Serpent's Fang, a ruthless criminal syndicate, had its tendrils deep within the city. Their operation? A high-end nightclub, a facade for money laundering and human trafficking. Cho scanned her team, their faces grim but resolute. Federal agents, handpicked for their expertise, stood shoulder to shoulder with her seasoned detectives. Each knew the risks, the potential for things to go south in a heartbeat. "No room for error," Cho emphasized, her gaze unwavering. "We rescue the victims, we shut them down, no compromises." The city throbbed, its pulse a symphony of lights and sounds, a neon jungle alive with a million stories, each one more vibrant and chaotic than the last. But beneath the glittering surface, darkness lurked, hidden in the shadows, waiting to pounce. The Serpent's Fang nightclub, a beacon of exclusivity, pulsed with an insidious rhythm, drawing in the city's elite and the dangerous alike. Cho, disguised in a sleek black dress, her Glock nestled against her hip, felt a familiar surge of adrenaline. The weight of the gun was a comforting reminder of her mission. Tonight, she was a predator, stalking her prey in their den, every step calculated, every glance measured. The team, dispersed, blended into the throng of partygoers, each member playing their part in the intricate dance of deception. Each step closer to the club, the music grew louder, the air thick with perfume and anticipation. The scent of danger was almost palpable. A mask hid Cho's true purpose, but her eyes remained vigilant, missing nothing. Every detail was a potential clue, every face a possible threat. The bouncer, a mountain of muscle, scrutinized her with a practiced eye, his gaze lingering just a moment too long. Cho met his gaze, her smile cool and confident, the image of a woman seeking nothing more than a night of pleasure. Her heart raced, but her exterior remained calm. He grunted, stepping aside, granting her passage into the belly of the beast. The door opened and the cacophony of the nightclub enveloped her, a world of shadows and secrets waiting to be uncovered. The club pulsed with a frenetic energy, a chaotic symphony of lights and sounds. Lights strobed, music pounded, bodies swayed on the dance floor, lost in the rhythm of the night. Cho navigated the crowd, her senses on high alert, every nerve tingling with anticipation. Every conversation, every glance could hold a clue, a piece of the puzzle she was desperately trying to solve. She spotted Agent Jackson, disguised as a bartender, his eyes signaling that he was in position, ready for anything. Across the room, Agent Lee, posing as a high roller, was already engaging their target. Viktor Volkov, the Serpent's Fang's second-in-command, a man known for his ruthlessness. Cho moved through the opulent space, her eyes scanning faces, memorizing details, every feature etched into her mind. The tension was palpable, a live wire humming beneath the surface, ready to snap at any moment. One wrong move, one slip-up, could blow their cover and put the entire operation in jeopardy, risking everything they had worked for. She caught a glimpse of a young woman, her eyes filled with fear, being ushered through a side door by a burly guard, a silent cry for help in her gaze. Cho's blood ran cold. This was it, the human trafficking operation hidden in plain sight, the very reason they were here, the mission they had to complete. Cho slipped away from the throng, following the guard and the terrified woman. She ducked into a darkened hallway, her heart pounding against her ribs. The air reeked of fear and despair. She pressed herself against the wall, listening intently. Muffled voices, a desperate plea, a gruff response. Every instinct screamed at her to burst in, but she knew she had to remain calm, gather evidence. Peeking through a crack in the door, Cho's stomach churned at the sight before her. Several young women, their eyes vacant and hopeless, were huddled together in a small, windowless room. This wasn't just money laundering, this was a nightmare. Cho discreetly signaled to Agent Miller, her tech specialist who had been monitoring the club's security system. They had what they needed. It was time to move. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place. Agent Lee, playing his part to perfection, had elicited a confession from Volkov, confirming their suspicions about the money laundering scheme. The evidence was damning. Cho relayed the information to her team, her voice a low murmur in their earpieces. "We have what we need, prepare for extraction, and be ready for anything." Outside, the city slumbered, oblivious to the drama unfolding beneath its glittering facade. But within the walls of the Serpent's Fang, the atmosphere crackled with anticipation. The raid was imminent. Cho took a deep breath, steeling herself for what was to come. This wasn't just about taking down criminals. It was about delivering justice to the innocent lives trapped within this gilded cage. The signal came, a sharp burst of static through their earpieces. Operation Blackout was a go. Cho drew her weapon, her movements swift and practiced. It was time to end this. Simultaneously, the lights in the club flickered, plunging the dance floor into darkness. Screams erupted, cutting through the sudden silence. The element of surprise was theirs. The team stormed in, their movements coordinated and precise. Cho, a whirlwind of motion, disarmed the guards at the entrance, her aim true. The partygoers, caught off guard, scattered like frightened animals. Chaos erupted, but Cho remained focused, her voice a beacon of authority amidst the pandemonium. "Police! Nobody move!" Gunfire erupted, shattering the remnants of the night's revelry. Cho returned fire, her movements honed by years of experience. The air filled with the acrid scent of gunpowder and the stench of fear. She moved through the club, her team right behind her, securing each room, each corridor. The Serpent's Fang, once a den of iniquity, was now a battleground. Volkov, his face contorted in rage, attempted to escape, but Agent Lee tackled him to the ground, their bodies crashing into a table. The fight was brutal, but Lee, fueled by adrenaline and a thirst for justice, gained the upper hand. Cho reached the room where the trafficked women were being held. She kicked the door open, her weapon trained on the guards. "Get down! Now!" The women, huddled together, looked up in terror. Years of abuse and captivity had etched fear deep into their eyes. But as Cho holstered her weapon and approached them, a flicker of hope ignited in their gazes. She spoke softly, her voice calming the storm within them. "It's okay. We're here to help you. You're safe now." One by one, the women emerged from their prison, their steps hesitant at first, then gaining confidence with each passing moment. The relief on their faces was a balm to Cho's soul. She watched as paramedics escorted the women to safety, their tears a mixture of pain and gratitude. This was why she did what she did, why she put her life on the line every day. For moments like this. The club, once a hive of activity, now lay silent, its opulence tarnished by violence and despair. The air hung heavy with the smell of gunpowder and the ghosts of shattered lives. Cho surveyed the scene, her gaze sweeping over the handcuffed suspects, the scattered debris, the bloodstains marring the pristine floors. It was a victory, but it came at a cost. Agent Miller approached her, his face grim. "We lost 2 men tonight, Detective." Cho closed her eyes, absorbing the blow. 2 good men, gone too soon. Their sacrifice weighed heavily on her heart, a stark reminder of the ever-present danger of her job. Later at the station, exhaustion hung heavy in the air. The team, their faces etched with fatigue and the emotional toll of the night's events, worked tirelessly, processing evidence, taking statements. Cho, nursing a bruised cheekbone and a throbbing headache, watched them with a mixture of pride and sorrow. They had faced evil and emerged victorious, but the scars, both physical and emotional, would linger. She knew that this was just one battle in a never-ending war. The Serpent's Fang might be crippled, but there were countless others waiting in the shadows, ready to take their place. But tonight, Cho allowed herself a moment of quiet satisfaction. They had made a difference, saved lives, and brought justice to those who deserved it most. The fight against injustice was a marathon, not a sprint. Cho knew this better than most. As the city slowly awakened, oblivious to the battle that had raged within its heart, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The faces of the trafficked women, their eyes filled with newfound hope, fueled her determination. She would not rest until every last member of the Serpent's Fang was brought to justice. The investigation continued, the pursuit relentless. Cho and her team worked tirelessly, following every lead, every whisper, determined to dismantle the syndicate from the ground up. The fight for justice was far from over, but tonight they had struck a blow against the darkness, and that was something worth fighting for. The low hum of conversation filled the dimly lit bar, a sanctuary for those seeking solace from the harsh realities outside. Cho, nursing a beer, raised her glass in a silent toast to her fallen comrades, the ones who had given everything for a cause greater than themselves. Their sacrifice would never be forgotten, etched into the annals of history and the hearts of those who survived. Across the table, Agent Lee, his arm in a sling, nodded in solemn agreement, his eyes reflecting the pain and pride of their shared journey. They had stared into the abyss and emerged, forever changed by the experience, their souls scarred but their resolve unbroken. The fight had taken its toll, but it had also forged an unbreakable bond between them, a shared commitment to justice that transcended the badge, a brotherhood and sisterhood born in the crucible of conflict. As Cho took a sip of her beer, the bitter taste lingered on her tongue, a reminder of the darkness they faced, but also of the sweetness of victory, a victory that came at a high cost. The fight continued, but for now, they had earned a moment of respite, a chance to honor the fallen and steel themselves for the battles to come. In this brief interlude, they found strength in each other, a collective resolve to keep moving forward, no matter the odds.